Thousands of years in future, people have used all the natural resources which led to chaos and war in society. Seeing this, best scientists in society came together to save of what's left of Earth. They developed genetically modified orchids which worked as new energy source. But still, people had conflicts. So scientists also introduced a transformation surgery, which was performed on every person when they turned 16. It's a life-changing operation that changes all into their most perfect self. These modified people are called pretties and stay in city. Everyone else are known as uglies and stay in dorm. Tally is eagerly waiting to become pretty and uses an app to see her future new look. Her best friend Perry's meets her at her place. They call nose and squint each other. Together they go to the bridge and uses special glasses to watch the pretties, who are partying in the city. In 3 months, Tally will turn 16, but Perry's is older and getting his surgery next day. They get matching scars on their hands and promise that they won't erase it even after surgery. Suddenly, a patrol drone comes close to their location, and they escape to their dorms. Next day in assembly, Tally overhears other students regarding a hidden place, Smoke, outside the city. It is being led by David, and many people escape the city to hide in there. But many students think the place is fake. At that moment, City Governor Cable appears as hologram in assembly and gives a speech. Then, all students who turned 16 are called. Tally and Perry's say their goodbyes and plan to meet on bridge after 1 month. In evening, Tally watches the fireworks from her dorm. She then recalls the first day she met Perry's. Her parents had dropped her at the center. Perry's was behind her, and they introduced themselves, and soon they became best friends of each other. One day, younger Perry's cuts his hand accidentally, so Tally gets the same scar. Slowly, the days pass and Tally eagerly prepares for her meet with Perry's. Each day, she checks herself an app and looks for messages from Perry's, but there are none. A month later, Tally uses her ring to hack her dorm's window to disable it and sneak out. She leaves it behind so that no one can track her with it. She goes to the bridge to meet Perry's as planned, but he did not show up. Worried for him, she sneaks to the city. She was looking around when she gets a mask from the ground. Tally grabs and wears it. Suddenly, her appearance changes completely to someone wearing a fancy dress. Then she enters into a fancy party and finds Perry's. He looked very different and was unable to recognize her in the beginning with the mask. Then Tally takes off her mask and asks why he didn't come to meet her. He tells her that he wants different things and cannot relate to her anymore. Tally is shocked and realizes that he has completely changed when she finds his scar missing. Suddenly, the security system detects Tally's presence, and she runs away from incoming guards. She gets trapped at corner, so she steals a bungee jacket and jumps from balcony. The jacket saves her fall, and she gently lands nearby among crowd. She then runs out of the city through bridge and hides, but she was tracked by drone, which comes very close to arrest her. Out of nowhere, her classmate Shay appears and takes Tally on her hoverboard. They fly away to escape the drone. Drone tries to follow them, but Shay is a clever driver and manages to lose it by using her excellent skills. To show her gratitude, Tally breaks into the kitchen and steals snack which she shares with Shay. They bond over their life and discuss about how everyone changes after surgery. They realize that their birthdays are on same date and get excited about it. Next day, Shay starts trying teaching hoverboard to Tally to how to use it, but Tally struggles. In school, Tally is shocked to see that her classmates gave a book to Shay, since it is banned. The book explains about surviving in nature and Tally wonders about it. Tally borrows the book while other girls are impressed by her stunts. This makes Tally angry with Shay, as she told everyone about her last night escape. She is worried that she might be denied her surgery as punishment. Shay apologizes to her and they make amends. Tally reads the book but still wants to undergo surgery. Shay continues to teach her to ride the hoverboard, and for this, Tally keeps arranging the extra food by hacking with her ring. Callie shares her excitement about her surgery, but Shay is not interested. In fact, she is not interested about her own. Once Tally learns the hoverboard, both girls take their hoverboard and goes out to enjoy and have fun. Tally mentions her wish to visit the nature to Shay while returning the book. Shay agrees with her. Suddenly, Shay speaks briefly about the smoke and takes Tally to end of the jungle. To avoid being tracked, they leave their rings behind. They cross the city border by riding their hoverboards. Finally, they reach to a devastated old city. Shay shares about existence of different things in earlier times. She takes Tally to an empty building and reveals that smoke is real, and she is escaping tonight to the place and David is going to help her. Shay reveals that she won't go under surgery. She invites Tally to come, but she turns it down. She wants to be pretty and doesn't care about free world. Shay understands. She still shares the directions to reach Smoke, in case she changes her mind in future. They hug, and Shay departs on her hoverboard, following the fire sign in another building. Next day, Tally goes for her surgery as it was her birthday. However, everyone else was called except her. She was then taken to the governor by a guard. She asks about Shay and her whereabouts. Tally denies knowing anything, but the governor catches her lie by tracking her vitals. She tells Tally that David has brainwashed Shay, and he is known for holding people against their wishes. Still, Tally insists that she doesn't know anything. Unfortunately, Tally was sent back to her room without her surgery. That night, Paris visits her place. She shares everything with him. Paris suggests that she should tell everything to Governor so that they can be together. Next day, Tally goes to meet the governor. There, she was told that David is developing a weapon to attack their city and all people. So, Tally should infiltrate the smoke and help the governor to destroy it. Tally agrees to it and was promised to have her surgery once she is successful. Tally is given a necklace by Governor that flashes in her eye. Using the necklace, Tally should contact them once she finds the weapon's location. Tally leaves on hoverboard and follows Shay's instructions to reach smoke. She passes across old roller coaster for some time and suddenly falls in woods but was saved by force fields. She finds old tracks which she follows. She travels for the next few days as per instructions. During this, she admires the nature. During this, she crosses a beautiful mountain. There was a gap through which she falls. She tries to balance and was saved when her hoverboard activates. Later, she reaches to an olive field like in instructions. Meanwhile, Paris and Governor meets at her office. It's revealed that he went to Tally's dorm because Governor asked him. He still doesn't trust Tally. He was then asked to go under a new procedure. Only few people have been selected for it. Paris agrees to it and enters the machine to get the body enhancements. That night, Tally wakes up coughing. The field is on fire, and she is very confused. Suddenly, a mysterious figure approaches and saves her. It is David. He scans her for trackers. He finds one and removes it, but he misses the necklace. In city, Governor's men receive an alert that the tracker is deactivated. She sends her guards to search the area. Meanwhile, David and Tally go to a smoke outpost where Tally meets Shay. They get super excited, but Croy is skeptical. At night, Shay and Tally stay in the same tent. Shay notices the necklace and Tally lies that it's a gift from him. Tally is surprised to see Shay happy. She tries to convey her concern, but this makes Shay angry. Tally decides to give a chance to smoke. The next day, Tally finds out that David and his friends are intentionally setting fire to the orchid fields. They mention that the orchids are very toxic. Tally doesn't believe it and argues that it gives solution for clean energy. But David shares that the government... David wants to take Tally to show this, but Croy protests. But Shay says she trusts her. The group leaves on a helicopter that uses solar panels. They go to an area where olives used to grow and now they're deserts. Shay uses the flamethrower to burn the orchids. Suddenly they detect someone coming towards them. So David lowers the helicopter to hide in smoke. But due to sudden movement, Shay loses the rope and falls. Guards are getting closer, so Tally quickly jumps out of helicopter to find Shay. She looks through heavy smoke and finally finds Shay. Then the helicopter escapes before the guard can catch them. Later, Croy points that guards possibly reached them because of Tally. But David defends her and says that whoever is ready to risk their life for others should get another chance. Later at night, Tally is thinking about her talk with Governor and feels odd. She goes out of tent for a walk and finds David bathing in river. Embarrassed, she comes back to tent. Next day, she was blindfolded and taken to Smoke Community. Tally sees that all the people there are thriving in nature. Everyone works there and there is no concept of money. The most important thing is everyone is on their free will. They are recycling train tracks to make tools for their use. They are pacifist and don't believe. Once Tally finds an odd door, but before she can look inside, Croy stops her. Slowly, Tally starts connecting with all. She dances and enjoys food. Near fire, she meets David, who teaches how to use a hunting bow. They start enjoying their time together. Slowly, Tally gets good in archery. While coming back, David shares that he was born and grew up in Wild with his family and had never been to city. Tally was shocked as her parents abandoned her. Then David gives his gloves as a gift to her. Same time, a wounded smoke member comes back from Orchid Field and says that guards are still around. She also mentions that these guards are faster than normal. Later, Shay notices the gloves with Tally and points out it's big. In smoke, each object have value. And David likes her, and so he gave it to her. She asks Tally to stop playing with him. Next time when Tally was with David, she mentions about the weapon to destroy the city. So David takes her to a place away from camp where his parent, Oz and Maddie, stays. They are guarding precious books. They used to be surgeons for the government and got suspicious of experiments being carried over there. They found that the physical changes were just a cover of making people dumber by altering minds. This gives fake sense of happiness to people and helps state to keep them under control. The surgery has also killed many people, which has been kept secret. When Governor realized that Oz and Maddie knew the truth, they stole their research and escaped. Doctors who stayed were cured later so that they can continue to work for state. Since then, both parents stayed in jungle and are trying to develop a cure for others, but they need a synthetic component which they don't have. This is the weapon which Governor was talking about, which can break the hold of government. After the meeting, Tally decides to stay in smoke and throws away her necklace in a fire. She tries to tell David regarding her deception, but he says that he doesn't care. Later, they share a kiss. Unknown to Tally, the necklace still activates by itself. In mourning, Aircraft and drones surrounds the smoke and open fire on everyone. People start running away with enhanced guards chasing them. Initially, guards get stuck in traps like nets, but due to their enhancements, traps aren't enough to hold them. Soon they start knocking and capturing everyone present in jungle. Tally and David manage to hide. David wants to go and help, however he is stopped by Tally. They sneak to the spot where they have gathered all prisoners. Tally is shocked to see Paris as one of the guards. Both parents are also captured. Governor arrives and asks about David. Parents refuse to answer. She orders Paris to kill Oz. This makes David and Tally to come out of their spot, but it's too late. Then Governor says that Tally is her spy. Now all the smoke members hate her. While everyone is preoccupied, Maddie hides the serum in David's pocket. Governor announces that all the prisoners will receive surgery. Suddenly, Tally runs to supply room and starts a fire. She grabs a crossbow and escapes from window. When a guard tries to break the room, suddenly the fire causes an explosion and throws him away. It allows David to escape as well. A guard follows him, but Tally stops him using an arrow. Paris wants to go after them, but the governor stops her and leaves other guards. Guards destroys the research center and set fire to the area. Prisoners are pushed in the aircraft. After everyone is gone, David gathers the supplies to rescue everyone from city. Tally tries approaching him, but he pushes her back and hurts her. He says that he can't trust her anymore. She tells him that he will need her help as he's never been to the city. Later, they enter the city. She approaches few students who read Shay's book and introduces David to them to prove that smoke is real. Tally borrows an interface ring and asks them to gather others to create a distraction. Soon, some kids write the smoke lives in the sky using their hoverboards. Seeing this, aircraft leaves the clinic. David and Tally get inside through aircraft safely tunnels using hoverboards. They carefully enter and tries to hack a lock, but it doesn't work. Suddenly, the door opens and a pretty enters. David immediately attacks him. They exchange few fists before David beats him and holds him against the wall. Tally takes his ring. David then throws him in corridor and Tally locks the door. As the alarm sets, Duo finds all the prisoners and uses the ring to free them. Tally realizes that Shay is missing. Croy informs that she was already taken for surgery. Everyone escapes while David, Tally, and Maddie go looking for Shay. But when they are too late to reach the lab, surgery is already done. Tally apologizes and cries, but Shay doesn't bother. Suddenly, the governor and Perry arrives. They blackmail the trio to get into the machine for surgery. Just when they enter and needles can start cutting, the Smoke's helicopter arrives outside and Croy open fires. Governor and Perry's are forced to escape, and the machines get stopped. And hence the system fails and operation stops. Trio comes hour and gets Shay. Maddie collects the components she needs to make cure from a cupboard. All of them runs to roof but finds Perry's. Tally tries to make him remember his old self by showing her old scar. Perry's gently touches her face and David thinks it's an attack. So he tackles Perry's and tries to fight him, but Perry's is too strong for him and keeps hitting him. But before he can kill him, Tally uses her hoverboard to tackle Perry's and pushes over the edge. Before he falls to waterfall, he says her nickname and holds her for a second. After that, all of them escapes in hoverboard and see that other teens are helping by crashing drones against each other in sky. They reach the abandoned city and Maddie takes the serum from David. She finished the cure by mixing the compound, but she is unsure about it without any tests on people. Shay doesn't want to take it, and Maddie doesn't want to force it to anyone. So Tally volunteers to be the test subjects. She decides to give herself in and undergo surgery so she can then take the cure. She promises to keep a scar as sign for them to know if it works. Governor is coming in aircraft, so they say their goodbyes, and the group runs away, while Tally lets the guards arrest her. After some time, we see that Tally is the perfect pretty, living in an apartment. She swears that she loves being like this, but the scar on her hand reveals she's still herself and lying as a spy. Turn on notification and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Take care.